Well, I wanted to make a video on the upcoming full moon in Taurus, which happens to be around, well, my ephemeris says at 23 degrees, but I guess it depends on what part of the world you're in. Otherwise, it's at 24, but 23, 24, give it a 3-degree orb off of 24, and that's close enough to Uranus. Uranus is at 25 or 24 at this point. And so therefore it's, even though the Taurus moon is one of the more stable moons, it, Taurus itself has been unstable for as long as Uranus has been in Taurus. And so that's what's going to be going on with the full moon, is that it's going to be conjunct Uranus. And that doesn't happen very um, often, the exact conjunction, let alone it being like if you have a degree around there, any fixed sign, but particularly Taurus, it's going to be highly destabilizing, I guess. You can't talk about that enough for the Taurian people, because like stable is their middle name, but we like to transfer it into being stubborn, really. But yeah, no, all of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, are kind of getting jostled around by the Uranus for the past, well, it's been since, I think it's 2008 or so, but that Uranus has entered into Taurus, but I'll have to look that up. I think it's more like 2012. But anyway, it's just one of the most unstable periods for all of humanity, particularly, yeah, this year, that particular moon being in Taurus that's supposed to be stable in Earth is not going to be stable. And anyway, some people are going to be experiencing what it's like to have the transit go on in your chart. See, some people are having a very personal experience year round, really, with Uranus getting closer to their moon and then going away from it. And it's an upheaval with their emotions domestically. It depends on where it is, but the moon in general, or the sun, that's the big thing, is if it conjuncts your sun or your moon. Now, see, the collective will be experiencing what it's like to have Uranus conjunct moon, because that full moon affects everybody, and they will be trying to change things for the better, most likely, because that's what basically the full moons are about. It's about kind of releasing things that aren't working right and kind of aligning more with what we want, which I kind of, I just, I don't like the philosophy of that leads us away from feeling like that we're not intact as is, like we're not where we're supposed to be, and that we're not complete as is, even though there's some things we haven't done yet. You know what I mean? There's just, that's very illusory to teach people, well, you are becoming, it's not now, it's over there, and it's like very goal oriented. Anyway, I'm like, okay, but when is there a clubhouse for people who have just, we have arrived and we're trying to maintain sanctuary here? Does anybody play the tambourine? I'm gonna hit an E note. I don't know, but the living now thing um, is contradictory to anybody who is doing a goal in their mind orientation. Like if they're saying that, well, it's going to happen soon, that I'm going to be able to be present with anything really at all. A lot of times, our work will do that for us, right? They're saying, well, no, you're working for this kind of life. It's going to be in the future, and it's like, but what's happening now is like, oh God, I'm trying to just be out of your body, but in your body somehow do it, and take care, because it's never happening now, when it's always happening now, but not according to whatever you're working for there. Thanks for listening. And that's very Taurus vibration. Taurus rules our value system, what we do as just human beings, and it's going to point at our bodies more because it's Venus ruled, and it's about localizing our feelings to our bodies and our microcosms. It's like, well, hi, how are you? Did you eat yet today? Kind of a thing. And instead of this holy fucking Aquarius vibration that really does lead us out of our bodies. It can be the Aquarius vibe is very humanitarian, spread thin, because we are just uh, an electrical pulse kind of thing. And thank God for Taurus. See, that's the only thing that can really stifle and send Aquarius on a stump is Taurus. Taurus says, "Nah, you better get down to earth and sit on a stump, in case that was a tree that you just cut down, and think about some things." What is it? Taurus says, like, what do you have? I have. It says, I have. It's really looking at the value of everything. Really, it's doing quality check, doing quality control. And it's already got it down. It's really already got it down. We already see, according to like a lot of what we can pick up, there's nothing new under the sun when it comes to the truth. And T rhymes with Taurus and the truth right there. I know I got crazy on my other video about the T and the hammer coming down. Honestly, kind of very childish. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying my videos that I'm doing out of complete fear and stress. No, I'm actually onto something, like the T does look like a table, right? Whoa, thanks for going with me there. If you don't think that the T, or at least two of them put together, looks like a table, again, we probably don't know each other. We won't ever have a conversation up close. You don't have time for me, and I will take my time, but it's a drain. It'll take me 4 days to detox, and I would rather not. Anyway, look, here's, it's because your imagination is shot. Sorry. I keep going on and on like that, but people are going to get what I'm saying and what I'm trying to do here with the symbols system that is the English alphabet, the interfacing system that was sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space. I was trying to poke at the fact of, see, the human organism, the being, what are we doing here? We could meet up and find out, well, what are we cut out for? There's black, yellow, red, brown, and white people, right? And that's something to say, and if they blend up, that's all the more merrier, right? Because that means that all of these different capabilities and possible, pardon me, genres of intelligence is held in one single DNA strand. Pardon me. It was I just had some really good oatmeal with um, berries and stuff, and thank God for that. That's happening. I don't make money. I don't make money, and this is my big time worry. I just had, okay, so I went to the bank. I talked about my bank thing, and they replenished the money, and they say it's going to take like 90 days to prove what happened, but it's like, well, okay, but yeah, but so technically, anyway, that's kind of taken care of with some discrepancies that I'm keeping my eye on. But so yesterday, um, my water heater is doing something strange, and it's either the gas that's not, it doesn't smell right. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't smell like propane very well. It is keeping the pilot light lit, but whenever it tries to turn on and heat, it's coughing. I guess is the best explanation I could tell you. It's like gasping and coughing for air. It's something going on with either the pressure of the gas coming in. It's probably maybe it has water in it, or it has too much air, because it's really doing something strange. I can't get it to regulate, or it's either that gas and the pressure in the tank and stuff like that problem, or see, this is why I want to get another tank in there and then test it, or the mice. There's an infiltration of mice, and since I've gotten my cat here, who's in the background, they have been retaliating by just chewing on things and spitting it out on the side, and I've heard them rallying down there, and I've never heard it in my life, but it's because we've always had cats. And see, it was 6 months ago or something during wintertime. Um, see, some cats were coming around here. They are going around and they're hunting. They are taking care of the rodent population. But one of them was killed here. One of the cats were killed by a darn dog that came in my yard, and it happened in my yard. And these two the cat and the dog, they're not living in on me or in my yard. I knew who the cat belonged to. Um, and that cat's been around for at least 7 to 9 years, coming here and hunting. And see, my cat knew about it, but she was getting kind of older, and the coyote seemed calmed down. But see, it was a domestic dog that came and killed that cat. So anyway, thanks for listening to that. So that kind of set back the retaliating against the darn rodent population. And so anyway, my water heater might be destroyed. They probably went in. I don't know. Might do that, but I don't see how they could. They're sitting there next to the pilot light, I'm sure, and just like getting all warm. And then, uh, I don't know. It seems like that maybe, but no, I do think it's the gas. The gas is bad. It either has water in it or there's too much air in it, and it's not catching around the filaments, I guess is what you call it, the things that the bigger filament, the heat filaments that pump out the flames. I'm thinking that mice might have chewed onto that, because I did hear chewing and stuff, and I've never heard this before around here. It's always been pristine, because we've had cats here, and so that's why I found it necessary to re-up on the cat scene, and I don't mind them at all. I'd rather clean up after cats than clean up after rats. And so anyway, thanks for listening to that. Kind of flew off subject matter, but no, that the Taurus people and vibration, they're very animal oriented. They're called stubborn, but really it's stable. They're the ones, Taurus, Venus ruled the cow, the farm animals, totally rules the farm animals. A lot of Taurian people, if it's the sun, moon, or rising, they love the cottage and the scene of the farm animals there's something happening within it. There's a balance happening. There's a beautiful circle. There's a beautiful thing going on within that realm. It's so beautiful. It's peaceful. It's like if we don't get it, the farming, it has everything to do with that. Gardening and balancing out the environment, earth. If we don't get that right away, see, that's where we're being called constantly for the past, well, since Uranus has been in Taurus, it's been a big shake 'em up to just calm down. Are you calm yet? Good. Just calm down. Good. See, I don't doubt that, well, when Mars opposed Pluto, when it's in Leo for the second time, and I think that happens sometime in January. See, the Earth is going to get unstable, I'd say again, but it's only because the planets on the outer planets, the ones that cause transformation, and who are shifting out of Earth and into air, and Uranus is still in Earth, and it's going to make these full moon conjunction. Man, talk about a literal shaker that might happen. Uh, around here, it seems like that we're due for it. I live in California, right next to the San Andreas Fault, and it's like pretty quiet. And I am this degree that the full moon is on at, which is, I say it's at 23 degrees. That's right, trine 23 degrees. My Earth in Virgo, Venus, and I'm kind of excited about that. It's interesting, it's important for everybody really to zero in on your microcosm, because that's how Taurus is. Taurus is very like, how's your tea? Did you dial in on your tea, and can you sip your tea instead of just chug it and run? Because where are you going? They want to be calm, and they do. They try to get more and more of the quality of things going to where it's like, well, why did you have to go here and there and there? Why don't we just have it holistically happening, right? Good luck. Boy, are we so far away from realizing how fragmented our lifestyles are. And then it's like, wait a minute, hold, I have to go to the doctor now. And it's like, well, what do you mean? You haven't been just kind of doctoring it up as you go? Like, you haven't been Why did you have to check out all of a sudden and start flopping around because you did something you weren't paying attention, you weren't doing quality control right in the very beginning. And that's our Venus, our Taurus people who like to slow down and they listen to the quality of the music and the quality of the taste that's going in your mouth. All the senses, man. You know, that's the body. That's Venus, by the way. That's I point at the nervous system when we start talking about the feminine, you know, because it's like, oh, you know, because everybody's so huffy puffy about either side, really. And we all know that the strong arm are over there just murdering everybody and saying, no, masculine all the way. And it's like, whatever, because the women have that quality too. And they just won't have your kids, probably. You don't even know what they're doing. You know, it's like, yay, stew this one up. You know, oh my God. They're the ones who'll tell you, nah, we are the ones who cause death because we cause birth. So there you go. You want to, you know, start doing a compo? You know, is there competition happening? Boy, you know, that's one way to go extinct. And if you are competing as men and women, official extinction has already happened. You have yet to become human there. Keep the kids away from that because they are doing self-harm as far as the whole organism is concerned. Like, you know what I mean? And so we have yet to see that happen. The harmony happen. The holistic harmony should be happening in accordance to that, we recognize what's here. Men and women are here. Hey, it might come up again. Here we come with the Venus ruled moon conjuncting Uranus. It's like a big shakeup for all men and women. And it's like a precursor to what Pluto in Aquarius is trying to tell us with the Mars oppose that. Is going to be trying to say, what is the truth here? Have you found your own available intelligence system, which now I'm just reflecting, okay, where is it, Shauna? What is it? Oh, come on. You don't mean that we didn't ever have to go to school and be told any of this? Like, no, you just expose yourself to some things and remind your DNA and maybe there's intelligence and it's downloading too. There's a cosmos that is informing. It's you know, pretty complex, but you're one with the universe. And how corny can we get? But I think that Taurus is one to bring it all down to earth because that's very Aquarius. What I just said, you know, when I was talking about this mystical freaking shit when Taurus says no, and that's so what? Now, did you learn how to be in 3D reality? And I don't mean that as the drag that everybody thinks it is. No, 3D reality is outer space. 3D is outer space, and then you have floaty things. Earth is there, Venus, Mars, and within that, you know that outer space zeroes right down onto my head. Here it is. I mean, well, it seeps in, and I'm in a room, but even that room has outer space in it. Look at it. There's space between me and there's that cat there. Over there, she nearly scratched my eyeball out. She tries to be good about it. I know that she's a cat, you know, and you cannot blame her for being, she's so sweet other times, but then there's this time it's like, oh God, give her all the toys she needs because she has knives and teeth, and she gets that look in her eye. It's like, no, not me, babe, not here. So she knows what this is.